My dad cheated with my aunt, and it shocked my mom to hospital. Years later, he demanded I raise their kids, but my revenge shattered their lives. I'm 29 now, but this whole mess started when I was 26. And honestly, I still don't fully understand how any of us survived it. I used to think my family was boring in that comfortable, suburban way. Sunday dinners, holiday traditions, everyone pretending not to notice when Uncle Phil drank too much or when Grandma commented on someone's weight. But at least we were stable. Or maybe we were just really good at pretending. Because when the truth finally came out, it was like someone yanked a thread and the entire fabric of our lives fell apart in seconds. My dad, Leo, was the kind of man everyone described as dependable. A contractor who built houses around the Boston suburbs. The solid guy at church. The neighbor who helped carry in groceries. My mom, Helen, came from a big Catholic family of 6 sisters. Tight-knit in that warm but chaotic way. And then there was her youngest sister, my Aunt Jenna, the fun aunt, the one who'd slip me $20 for no reason and let me stay up late watching movies when she babysat. She was around, so often I thought of her as a third parent. I never imagined anything was going on behind the scenes. I mean, who thinks their dad and aunt are sneaking around like some twisted soap opera. It started unraveling during our Memorial Day barbecue, the day that's burned into my memory like a scar. Everyone was at our house, cousins running around, my aunts arguing over potato salad, my dad manning his giant, overpriced grill with that dorky apron he loved. But he kept stepping away to take calls, which was weird because he never worked holidays. And Jenna arrived late, flustered and weirdly jittery, claiming there was terrible traffic in a town where traffic basically doesn't exist. Then her 16-year-old son, Mason, grabbed what he thought was his phone off the picnic table. Same blue case, same cracks in the corner, and opened it to show his girlfriend some TikTok. Instead, he found messages, hundreds, between my dad and his mother, and he read them, out loud, to everyone. I swear, time didn't just stop. It froze, shattered, and sliced us all open on its way down. My mom was standing there holding a plate of potato salad, and she didn't even drop the plate. The potato salad just slid off like gravity, gave up for a moment. Jenna tried to snatch the phone. Dad kept saying, "It's not what it looks like." The universal cheater script, but Mason was screaming. My cousins were losing it. My uncles looked like they wanted to disappear. And my mom, she made this sound I will never forget. Like someone had taken all the air out of her. She walked upstairs, locked her bedroom door, and didn't come out again. The next 2 weeks were hell. Dad left to give space. Jenna kept showing up crying and apologizing in the hallway while simultaneously saying crap like love doesn't follow rules. I had to physically block her from trying to talk to my mom through the door. Mom stopped eating. She stopped taking her medications for her autoimmune disease. She just sat in her room staring at old photos. And one afternoon, I found her burning up with fever and barely responsive. The paramedics rushed her to the ER, where she had a full mental and physical collapse. They admitted her to a psychiatric unit after she had a breakdown screaming about how she'd taken care of Jenna her whole life, paid for her college, helped her through her divorce, got her the teaching job she had. She kept saying, over and over, "I loved her. I loved her. I loved her." And when Jenna visited the hospital, she had the nerve to tell the doctors that my mom always had episodes growing up. Total lies. That was the moment I realized Jenna wasn't just selfish. She was genuinely dangerous. Meanwhile, my dad and Jenna moved in together and started posting crap on Facebook about choosing happiness and love finding a way. They acted like they were the victims of some unfair situation. My mom was in a psych hospital, and they were posting ultrasound photos weeks later. Ultrasound photos of twins. Because yes, of course Jenna got pregnant. She even tagged my mom's sisters in the announcement. My aunts nearly burned her house down, I swear. When Mom found out Jenna was pregnant, the doctors had to change her meds again because she spiraled so badly. I spent months watching her rebuild herself in tiny, heartbreaking ways. Sitting through group therapy, learning coping strategies, trying to sleep through the nightmares. Meanwhile, Dad and Jenna began harassing me constantly. showing up at my apartment, crying, begging, demanding. They wanted me to be big brother to the twins. They wanted me to babysit. They wanted me to heal the family. Jenna sent me daily pictures of the twins' sonograms. When they were born, Emma and Evan, she escalated to sending videos of them crying with messages like, "They can feel your absence." She even brought the babies to my job. Twice, my boss asked if she should call security. I said no, thinking it would make things worse. Dad tried bribing me instead, offered to make me a partner in his construction business, said he'd give me 25% ownership if I'd help him and Jenna with the twins. Like fatherhood was a business transaction. But here's where the story twists in a way even I didn't expect. I'd once helped him with bookkeeping in college, setting up digital systems, and he never revoked my access. Curiosity turned into suspicion. Suspicion turned into investigation. Investigation turned into, holy crap, this is federal fraud. Fake subcontractors, fake employees, shell companies, hidden bank accounts, underreported income, laundered cash, bribes, 2 sets of books, offshore accounts, years of criminal activity. And Jenna was part of it. Emails showed she was helping to move money before their affair even came out. She literally used company funds to pay for fertility treatments. While my mother was in a psychiatric hospital because of them, they were funneling money through fake suppliers so they could buy a mansion in Waltham. I finally confronted them when Jenna showed up at 7 a.m. with the twins, demanding I babysit for 3 days because their nanny quit. I told her no. She sat on my couch and wouldn't leave. Called my dad, put him on speaker. He started yelling about family duty. I walked into my office, grabbed a hard drive full of evidence, and held it up. They went quiet, really quiet. Then the excuses started. Then the threats. Dad said he'd make sure I never worked in the state again. Jenna said I was jealous. I told him I had already drafted an email to the IRS Criminal Investigations Division. 1 click away. They freaked. And yeah, I clicked send. IRS agents raided my dad's company, seized everything, found even more fraud than I had. One of Dad's foremen flipped and provided additional evidence. The mansion was seized. The cars. The accounts. Everything. Dad and Jenna tried to flee to Canada with the twins, but were caught at Logan Airport in front of half the terminal. Someone filmed it. It went viral locally. Jenna was screaming, so loud people thought there was an active shooter. Social services placed the twins with Jenna's ex-husband, Mark, and his wife, who is basically a saint. My dad went to federal prison awaiting sentencing. Jenna faced her own charges for obstruction and fraud. My extended family split into factions, but most sided with my mom. She was finally getting stable, learning to walk outside again without panicking. She even started gardening at the hospital. And then, 3 days ago, everything cracked again. My dad died in a cell. The official report says suicide, but there are details they haven't confirmed yet and probably never will. The guards found a letter addressed to me. I haven't read it. I don't know if I can. Jenna showed up at my apartment at 3 a.m. screaming that I killed him, that blood is on my hands, that her twins will grow up fatherless because of me. She pounded on my door until neighbors called the cops. She's probably going to prison soon for at least a couple years. Her kids are safe with people who actually love them. Mason, her son, is in therapy but doing better. And my mom, she did something I didn't expect. When I told her Dad was gone, she sat there for a long time, quiet. Then she whispered, "I forgive him, not for him, for me." And for the first time, the forgiveness didn't feel like surrender. It felt like freedom for her. So now here I am, trying to figure out how I'm supposed to feel. Grief? Relief? Anger? Nothing fits neatly. Dad was my father. I loved him. But he also shattered our entire world, destroyed people's lives, and expected us to applaud him for it. I don't regret what I did. If I hadn't exposed him, he would have kept hurting people. He would have kept draining money. He would have kept manipulating all of us. Some people deserve consequences. Some people choose them. I don't know what our family will look like from here. The version of us I grew up with is gone, but maybe that's okay. Maybe what rises from the ashes will be healthier, than what fell apart. I just know one thing. I'm done carrying the weight of what they did. I'm choosing my mom, my healing, and my future. And sometimes, the only way to break a cycle is to burn the bridge behind you and never look back.